Let's start with the heavyweight of orbital campfire stories, the so-called Black Knight satellite. Allegedly, this dark object circles Earth in a polar orbit and was first noticed in photographs from the 1960s. Unlike normal satellites that move eastward, this one supposedly goes retrograde, the road less traveled. Retrograde orbits are rare, fuel-hungry, and not something you casually launched in the 1960s when rockets barely made it past Don't Explode. Fans of the legend claim it's not junk at all but an ancient alien probe, quietly binge-watching humanity like Netflix in orbit. Early mystery radio signals were tied to it. NASA insists it's thermal blankets and space junk, but images keep resurfacing, blurry as a Bigfoot selfie that don't quite match a blanket. Even skeptics admit there's something stubbornly odd about it. So, is it an alien emissary? Or the world's most overhyped piece of orbital litter? And if something's been circling us for centuries, what exactly is it waiting for? In 1977, a radio telescope in Ohio recorded a signal so bizarre an astronomer literally scribbled "Wow" on the printout. For 72 glorious seconds, there was a spike so clean and powerful it looked engineered, centered on the hydrogen line, the universe's most basic hello. It was like a cosmic ringtone. We've never heard it again. Attempts to locate its origin, somewhere in Sagittarius, failed. Not a pulsar, not a quasar, not Earth interference. It appeared, flexed like an interstellar one-liner, and then ghosted us forever. Modern rechecks of that region turned up nothing remotely as strong. Some propose it was a comet's reflection, others think alien neighbors were testing their radio before changing frequencies. Either way, the silence since has been deafening. If someone rang Earth's cosmic doorbell in 1977, why haven't they ever called back? Orbit isn't just active craft, it's also a junkyard. About 22,000 miles up, geostationary satellites hang over the same spot on Earth. When they die, operators push them a few hundred miles higher into a graveyard orbit where they drift forever like retired robots on life support. Over decades, that graveyard has become a cemetery of derelict machines, intact but blind, some carrying nuclear power sources that will never decay safely. Orbital debris doesn't decompose. These relics could circle Earth for millennia, ghost ships patrolling the sky, haunting future missions. Worse, they slowly accumulate. Collisions can spawn dangerous fragments that trigger Kessler syndrome, a runaway cascade of debris smashing everything in orbit. So is our orbital future about exploration and progress, or just endless dodging of the phantoms we already left behind. Officially, Yuri Gagarin was the first human in space in 1961. Unofficially, whispers tell of lost cosmonauts, men and women who allegedly reached orbit before Gagarin but never returned to tell the story. In the late 50s and early 60s, Italian radio operators, the Giudica Cordiglia brothers, claimed they intercepted chilling transmissions. Faint heartbeats, labored breathing, even panicked cries fading into silence. One recording supposedly caught a cosmonaut suffocating as a capsule drifted away into the void. Imagine eavesdropping on someone's last moments. The Soviets denied everything, calling the claims fabrications. Yet secrecy, failed rocket launches, and missing mission records leave room for doubt. So, was it all Cold War paranoia? Or are human ghosts really orbiting Earth in silent metal coffins we've chosen to forget? If Earth had a Bermuda Triangle in space, it would be the South Atlantic Anomaly, SAA. It's a dent in Earth's magnetic field over South America where the Van Allen belts dip unusually close, forming a hot zone of raw radiation. Satellites passing through often glitch or reboot as if an invisible hand is flicking their circuitry. Astronauts report sudden flashes of light in their eyes, even with eyelids closed, caused by cosmic rays punching straight through their retinas. It's like nature's own laser light show, minus the fun. The anomaly shifts and grows, almost like a spreading bruise on Earth's magnetic skin. Some scientists worry it's tied to the overall weakening of our magnetic field, a possible prelude to a full pole reversal. So is the SAA just a harmless quirk, or the first crack in Earth's ancient shield? When you think lightning, you picture jagged bolts tearing across the sky. But satellites and high-altitude detectors uncovered something stranger: dark lightning. It produces no visible flash, yet unleashes bursts of gamma radiation, the same kind used in cancer therapy or, if you prefer, comic book mutations. Detectors once aimed at deep space gamma rays kept finding unexpected signals from thunderstorms. Scientists realized massive electric fields in storms can accelerate electrons to near-light speeds. When those electrons smash into air molecules, they emit invisible gamma-ray flashes that pass unnoticed by our eyes. Here's the creepy part. Commercial airliners cruise right at those altitudes. Passengers and crew could be dosed with radiation thousands of times stronger than a chest X-ray, without the faintest clue. So when turbulence shakes your plane, was it just wind, or did you brush against a hidden gamma cannon? In 2006, a NASA balloon was launched to eavesdrop on faint early universe radio whispers. Instead, it caught something bizarre. A roar, a signal 6 times louder than expected, blanketing the sky and drowning out the delicate signals researchers desperately wanted. It wasn't stars, galaxies, black holes, or human interference. Too strong, too uniform, and too mysterious. Imagine tuning in for a lullaby and getting blasted with death metal from nowhere. The instruments kept insisting, something out there is screaming across the cosmos. Theories range from massive intergalactic gas clouds to swarms of faint galaxies, but none quite fit. If the universe has been roaring at us this entire time, how could we possibly have missed it until now? Above thunderstorms lurk bizarre flashes called sprites, elves, and blue jets. Electrical phenomena first captured on video in 1989. Sprites resemble blood-red tendrils reaching down. Elves appear as expanding rings wider than nations. Blue jets shoot upward like glowing plasma spears into the stratosphere. For decades, pilots reported strange colored flashes above storms and were dismissed as seeing things. Then cameras proved them right, and suddenly Earth's atmosphere looked like a cosmic horror show. These events are tied to electromagnetic disturbances, but scientists still don't fully know why they form, or why some look like glowing jellyfish glaring down at us. Astronauts aboard the ISS describe entire fleets of these lights flickering across the horizon. So are sprites and elves just quirky physics, or the closest thing Earth has to alien neon signs flashing in the sky? In 2015, astronomers tracked something on a collision course with Earth. At first it seemed like a small asteroid, but its orbit didn't make sense. The object, dubbed WT1190F, was hollow, unusually light, and tumbling in odd ways, behaviors that screamed man-made. The best guess was a spent rocket stage or forgotten spacecraft fragment, maybe even from Apollo, trapped in a chaotic loop around Earth until fate reeled it back. It finally re-entered south of Sri Lanka in a fiery blaze, breaking apart like a forgotten artifact. Scientists watched eagerly, turning the re-entry into a rare experiment. But one unsettling question lingers. How many other derelict objects are quietly circling us, waiting for their turn? And what happens if the next fall isn't harmless scrap, but something we didn't put up there at all? For all our satellites, radio telescopes, and probes, one mystery towers above the rest: the absence of confirmed signals from intelligent life, the Great Silence. We've been broadcasting radio and TV for a century, creating a bubble of noise expanding at light speed. Yet when we point giant dishes outward, we get almost nothing. If life is common, where is everyone? Some suggest civilizations go deliberately quiet to avoid predators. Others argue they communicate in ways we can't yet detect, perhaps with technologies we can't even imagine. Maybe the galaxy is bustling, but tuned to frequencies Earthlings have never thought to check. The creepiest possibility? Silence isn't because no one's out there, but because something is making sure nobody dares to answer.
Shut the fuck up.